Hi, very good afternoon to all. My name is Bhavana. Our subject is Business Economics. This is for PBA students for first year in first semester. In this previous lecture, we discussed elasticity of supply. What is the meaning of elasticity of supply and what are the methods for measuring elasticity of supply, different types of elasticity of supply, and also the factors influence the elasticity of supply. Up to now we completed 2 units. Today we are starting our third unit. I want to show our syllabus copy. Let's see here. First unit, business economics, nature and scope. We complete our first unit, introduction to business economics, characteristics, nature and scope, concepts of opportunity cost, incremental cost, time perspective, discounting and equi-marginal principle. Next, second chapter is demand concepts and elasticity of demand. What are the concepts of demand and its determinants of demand? What is the law of demand? Exceptions to the law of demand. Elasticity of demand, types of demand elasticity, uses of demand elasticity, concepts of supply, determinants of supply, law of supply, elasticity of supply. Each and every topic we clear. Anyone does not watch the previous lecture, kindly go through and watch. If you have any doubt up to now in first unit or second unit, if you want to repeat any concept, please let me know. You can text me. I definitely reply and I can repeat the topic again. Today we are starting our third chapter, that is production and cost concepts. First, what is a production? Production means we can say in economic, production is an economic activity which is directly satisfaction of the wants of the people. We can say production means which is directly satisfaction of the wants of the people. For producing some goods, we have to satisfy the wants of the people. For example, I want to eat a chocolate. So my want is for eating a chocolate. So the manufacturer had produced the chocolate. For the production of chocolate, I am satisfying my want. So we can say directly production is a satisfaction of wants of the people. Let's see here. Production. Meaning of production. Production refers to the use of any process which is designed to transfer a set of input elements into a set of output elements. We can say production refers to the use of any process. We can say production in any process which is designed to transfer. For example, I will take example a chocolate. For the production of the chocolate, we require some choco powder, which require some essence or some machinery. We require all these things. So we require some raw materials. For this raw materials, we can say it is an input. For that input, we can get output, that is chocolate. So it is a transformation of process from raw material to finished product. Production refers to the use of any process. It may be any process which is designed to transfer a set of input elements into a set of output elements. While we are giving some raw materials for the production of chocolate, then our output is chocolate. So it is a transformation of inputs into a output. We can say production. Production, we can say it is a directly want satisfying of the people. For producing some goods, these goods are used for satisfying our human wants. So we can say it is a production. Next, production, we can say it is also transformation of some inputs to output. Means we are giving some inputs for the producer of that particular product, then we get a finished product. So what is the definition of production? According to the Professor Benhen, anything that contributes toward the output is a factor of production. Whatever you contributing for our final product, we can say it is a factors of production. We can also say production is equal to creation of utility. Utility means our satisfying you can measure in utils. So creation of utility means we are creating our wants. For that creation, we have to produce some goods. So we can say production is equal to creation of utility. That is, creation of utility means creation of want satisfying goods. Sorry. Creation of want satisfying goods. We are creating some goods for the satisfaction of our want. So we can say production is equal to creation of utility. According to the Professor Banhan, anything that contributes towards output, we are contributing some inputs towards our output, we can say it is a production by using a factors of production. What are the factors of production? Let's see here. What are the factors of production? Production requires that uses of certain resources. Each particular resource may have be called a factors of production. For the production, we have required some factors. We can say each of these all this together we can say they are the factors of production. What are these? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur or organization. Let's each one we can discuss. Production requires the uses of certain resources. We require certain resources for the producer some goods. So we can say these factors are known as factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Let's see here. Land. The term land is used in different sense in economics. Land is used in accounts we can say it is a fixed asset, but in economics we can say in different sense. It does not mean soil or earth surface. It does not mean it is a soil or earth surface alone, but refers to all free gift of nature which will include beside the land. We can treat it as a free gift of nature, land. Why we can say? Because in some there is a fertility of land, we can produce our agriculture crops. For that we can satisfaction for that land we produce. If the land is very fertile, so in this fertile land we go to produce agriculture products. For this agriculture products we can satisfy our wants. So in this economics we can treat land is a free gift of nature. In common parlance, natural resources, fertile of soil, water, air, these are all comes under the land. In common parlance, in common sense we can say natural resources, fertility of soil, water, air, natural vegetation, etc. These are all come under the land. In economics we can see that the land is in a different sense, means in this land if the land is fertile you can produce so many products, that is agriculture, rice, wheat, bajra, maize, etc. For this production we can, for these raw materials we can produce from this wheat, we have to convert it into a wheat powder, like that is atta. From that we can make chapatis. For that we can satisfy our wants. So in this economics the land is considered as a free gift of nature. And next, labor. It refers to all those physical or mental efforts of human being in the process of production for economic purpose. In the process of production we required labor. For converting raw material into finished product we required some process. From this process we required labor. So we can say it is a physical and mental labor in economic sources. What are the characteristics of labor? It is directly connect with the human effects. It is directly means the humans are working for the production of goods. Next, it is inseparable from the laborer himself. Labor is a source of his own labor power. For the production we cannot able to support the labor, because in his own power, in his they are physically worked for the production of these goods. Efficiency differs from labor to laborer. Definitely, if one laborer works 10 hours a day and one laborer works 8 hours a day, it depends upon their efficiency factor. Has a weak bargaining power. Definitely, because the labor, what amount you give to the labor, they are unable to ask the money, so they don't have any bargaining power. So we can say there is a weak bargaining power. And he has to make a choice between the hours of labor, working hours, and leisure. So the labor has their own choice. He want to work for 3 hours, he want to work for 3 hours only. We are unable to force to work for 5 hours. The laborer has the choice of workers. These are all the characteristics of labor. In our factors of production, labor is very important. The physically for production, conversion of raw material into finished goods, we require labor. So they are physically worked. And what are the characteristics? They are directly related to the labor. They are inseparable because they have to work for a physical, and they has no bargaining power. So we can say there is a weak bargaining power, and he has to make the choices how many hours he is work, and the one labor is different from the other labor because of based on their efficiency. These are comes under the labor. Next, capital. It refers to the part of wealth. We can say capital means while starting a business or while we want to start a production the capital is required. While we are starting, the capital is required, so it capital also plays a vital role. It refers to the part of wealth that is used in further production of wealth. All capital is wealth, but all wealth is not capital. While we are introducing like a 1 lakh into the business, we can say it is a capital, it is also wealth. Wealth means in Telugu we can say it is a sampada, but we treat it as that capital is wealth. But all wealth, like our personal properties or all wealth, is not a capital. It is not a capital, but the capital you consider is a wealth. What are the characteristics? Has high mobility. As capital has high mobility. High mobility means mobile from one place to another place. For example, there are two parties, one person have money, the other person have to transfer, so we can easily transfer, so we can say it is an high mobility. Is man-made source. As capital is man-made source, land is a free gift of nature, but capital is a man-made source. We have the person, those who have money, then only he can contribute the capital, not a free gift of God. Capital is not given by God. Supply can be increased or decreased. Supply means here the capital means we have to introduce more capital or less capital based on our business organization. So capital, you can say it is the wealth. It is highly movable and it is not a free gift of nature. This is about the capital. Next, entrepreneur. It refers to the person or group of persons. Entrepreneurs means who want to start their own businesses. We can say there is an entrepreneur means he want to start his own businesses. So every business, if a production required land, labor, capital and entrepreneur, one person is required for starting the own business. So one person has to take initiative for starting the business. So we can say he is an entrepreneur. Collect the other factors of production, land, labor, capital in the right proportion. He has to take the decision for how much land is required, how many members are required for labor, how much capital is required. He has to take all the quantities in equal way. Establish coordination between the other factors of production. Once he want to establish a coordination between other factors means land, labor and capital. Initiative production process. He has to take initiative means he has to first start the business for production. Bears the risk. The entrepreneur has the only person who has to risk means we can say he is the owner of the business. Make innovations from time to time. He want to take innovations means he want to think new ways how to develop our company, how to produce new goods. So entrepreneur. Up to now we discuss what is the production. Production means creation of the utility, means for satisfying our human wants we have to produce some goods, so we can say it is a production. According to the Benham, he says, what is the definition? He says according to the Benham, anything that contributes toward output, whatever you're contributing for the outputs, it is a factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. We discuss each and everything in a clear way. Next concept is the theory of production. What is the theory of production? In economics, production theory explains the principles in which the business has to take decisions on how much of each commodity it sells and how much it produces, and also how much of raw materials, that is fixed capital and labor, it employs and how much it will use. What is the theory of production? It theory explains how much, and like while suppose we are producing one product, suppose I am producing rice. For that production of rice, how much land is required and how much seeds are required for plantation of the crop and how much water are required. Everything is calculated. We can say it is a theory of production. There are some theory. Before we want to produce the goods, we have to estimate and we have to plan. In economics, production theory explains the principles in which the business has to take decision. Who has to take the decision? The business, means here the entrepreneur has to take decision. How much of each commodity? Suppose in 1 acre I want to suppose I have 1 acre of land. In this 1 acre of land I want to crop a rice. So for that how much seeds are required for planting a crop and how much raw materials, like for without spoil the crop, how much pesticides are required. So before entering into our this plantation, I have to take all these things in a right way. Like this, I want to take a right decision, and I have at the end how much output I received before I want to estimate. Then only I can go and crop the plants. In economics, production therefore explains the principles in which the business has to take a decision how much of each commodity it sells, how much I can sell, and how much it produces, and also how much raw materials, are required for that raw materials, how much output we are received for this output, how to sell these goods, and how much it will use. All these things are explained in theory of production. Suppose I am taking the biscuits, so I want to produce 100 units of biscuits, 100 packets of biscuits. For that 100 packets of biscuits, how much raw material I am using, like maida, how much maida are required for production of 100 packets of biscuits. For this production, how much output I received, for that output how much I will sell, so in which price I want to sell for profits. So these are the pre-estimation. So we can say it is a theory of production. Next, it defines the relationship between the price of commodities and productive factors. What are the productive factors? Land, labor, and capital on one hand, and the quantities of these commodities and productive factors that are produced on other hand. It defines the two relationships. It defines the theory of production defines mainly two relationships. What are the price of commodity and how much quantities, like how much at the end of the output, how much quantities we are produced, and what is the price of the commodity. These are all the main it describes the main relationship between the quantities and price. It defines the relationship between the price of commodities and the productive, based on our productive factors, what are the price of commodities, and based on these productive factors, what are the quantities we have to produce. These two, what is the relationship between these two, it explains the theory of production. Next, what is the concept? Production is a process of combining various inputs to produce an output for consumption. What is the complete concept of theory of production? Means production is a process. It is a process of combining various inputs. What are the inputs? Here the land, labor, capital. These are the inputs. For that inputs we get some finished product, that is output. So for combining the various inputs to produce an output for consumption, while we are producing for consumption only. So we can say the production, it is a process of combining various inputs for the production of output for consumption. In other words, it is a process in which the inputs are converted into output. What is a production? Production is a process of combining. Production is a process of combining various inputs to produce an output for consumption. Next, in other words, it is a process. In other words, it is a process in which the outputs are converted into inputs. What is the complete concept of theory of production? Means it is a process of various combination of inputs. For that we have to produce the output. In output it is used for consumption. So it is a process in which inputs are converted into outputs. Next, what is the production function? Up to now we discuss what is production, what is the definition of the production, and what are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. After that we discuss what is the theory of production. Theory of production is nothing but the estimation before producing such product, how much we have to produce. For this output, how much we have to sell. For that production, how much raw materials is required, and what is the price of the raw material, and also what is the price of the finished good. And it shows the relationship between the price and factors of production, and also the quantities and factors of production. Next, concept. It shows the concept stores that for combining various inputs we have to produce an output for satisfaction of our wants, that is consumption. So in other words, it is a process in which the inputs are converted into outputs. Up to now we discussed. Now we are discussing what is the production function. The production function signifies a technical relationship between the physical inputs and physical outputs. The production function says there is a relationship between the physical inputs and physical outputs of the form for a given state of technology. For a given state of technology, it says there is a physical inputs and relationship with the physical outputs. What are the inputs? Q is equal to F of A, B, C, and so on Z. Like we can say Q is an output. For this output we have required some inputs. What are the inputs? A, B, C, and A, B, and C, and so on, Z. A, B, C are the various inputs, such as we can say A means land, labor, capital, etc. Q means output. For this output, we require some inputs. So, for this relationship, they want to explain the relationship between the physical inputs and physical outputs. We can say it is a production function, where L and K are input factors. They are L and K are the input factors. Suppose there are only two input factors, that is equal to labor and K capital. So Q is equal to L comma K. The production function describes the technological relationship between the production function describes the technological relationship between the inputs and outputs. What is the production function? The production function signifies there is a technically relationship between the physical inputs and physical outputs. What are the physical inputs? Here we considering what is the land, labor, and capital. For example, we want to produce some goods. For that goods, how much land is required, how much labor is required, how much capital is required. For that, how much we are getting for the output. So for based on all these factors, we getting some output. So we want to calculate the relationship between the inputs and outputs. We can say there is a production function. The production function explains the relationship between the inputs and outputs. The formula is equal to Q is equal to F of A, B, C, and so on. F of A, B, C, Q is equal to output. A, B, C is nothing but the factors of inputs. Here the factors of inputs is equal to land, labor, and capital. Suppose we are taking only labor and capital. Here we are not taking land. Suppose we are not producing some agriculture products, we does not require the land. So the production function Q is equal to F of L comma K. It shows the relationship between the production function shows the relationship, technological relationship between the inputs and outputs. Next, production analysis. What is the production analysis? Production analysis basically is concerned with the analysis. It is the analysis concerned with the analysis in which the resources such as land, labor, and capital are employed to produce a final product. Analysis means the production, they are conducting some analysis by using this land, labor, capital, how much we are going to produce. Before production, we have to do some analysis. So we can say there is a production analysis. Production analysis basically is concerned with the analysis in which the resources such as what are the resources, land, labor, and capital are employed to produce a final product. While we want to produce a final product, what inputs we are using here? Land, labor, and capital. How much land is required? How many members are required for labor? How much capital are required for producing our output? The production function, before starting this our production, we want to analysis. We can say there is a production analysis. To produce these goods, the basic inputs are classified into two divisions. For production of any goods, the basic inputs are classified into variable inputs and fixed inputs. Like suppose we want to producing some Maggi. For this Maggi, we require some basic inputs. These basic inputs we are divided into two types, means variable and fixed. Means what is the variable and fixed? Let's see here.